Take two. Rolling. Hand over to cameraman, camera woman. I had this wonderful start. Things were going wonderfully. But then there was a malfunction, so it's take two, which will be nearly as good as take one at the intro. I'm Russell Scott Day. I'm the founder of Transcendia. It exists as a model nation. I have no army, and army is the most important thing if you're going to have a nation, because you have to protect your borders, and it's about defense and education, not indoctrination, education. You want citizens who own the deeds to their bones and love their country. They have to. You have no other choice other than to be a patriotic believer in your territory as the best territory you're ever going to have to live in. But you have to recognize a lot of the world is just terrible. And so what was happening after 1903 was the invention of the airplane, which invented a whole nother world of ports. Port cities can live forever. They're the most vital types of cities, ports. Okay, that's just the way it is. The way the things go was that now we are living in a past that is going to kill us. And so we have to do better. Okay? Poverty, being poor is just, I wrote it down here. This is what I got up to write down last night in the morning when I got up and was weak and had forced myself to write down these notes. Now, you can go and buy now a Transcendia passport, and you should, because everybody needs more than one passport. You need papers. Other rich people have deeds to property. You need the deed to yourself, and you need the most deeds, the best deeds, passports, birth certificates, and union cards, anything that says, you know, I'm Russell Scott Day and I'm worth billions. Okay? I'll tell you about, this is just what I got down on paper the morning of today, which was, this is and I was thinking about New York Times photographs of poor people on the Darien Gap trying to get to Panama and then finally somehow getting into the United States. Well, this is what I wrote. Border airports permitting work migrant arrangements. Then invention form, conjunction, Transcendia Solutions International. I took a moment there and moved over into research and development method I have for the inventions of systems and tools. All right, and the way you do that is you take people who are working day labor, send them out to the worst jobs, which is what is day labor. They fill out forms about the jobs and tell you what tools and systems would make those jobs better. Endless invention method. And it's mine. And I want to get paid for it, and that's why I haven't told a lot of people about it. But I've tried to raise some money about it. Millennium Capital Quest was the investment firm, a venture capital firm that I got involved with that never did anything for me. Because I put my ideas first, not my personality. The best thing you do to make a business is put your personality, your people first. And then you tell them what your idea is. And you'll see that in that businesses fail who don't have the right characters leading them. And I'll tell you, Elon Musk and Zuckerberg haven't grasped that most of the ideas they have are bad. Alright, so I went on to this aside. I was tired. But you can't have this pretend poor world. The world is not poor. There's no reason for it to be poor. If you're poor, it's because somebody wants you to be poor. They want compromised labor. Money, ideology, compromise, and ego are why we do what we do. Spontaneous affection. You have to add to the list. But, you know, you got 137 families in the world that have everything. And labor is where they get everything. And we're labor. For much longer is all Russia promises war. For much longer, all Russia promises is war. Does that make sense? The inflection changed so that you can make sense of it. All Russia keeps promising us is war. That's Putin promising us war. And it's barbaric to steal Ukrainian crops to sell the dying. It is barbaric to make work illegal anywhere in the world. There has to be somewhere somebody can work, and none of us should be too proud to clean up the oceans and all the places that have been made pathetic by our filth. And there is a place somewhere for everybody. But my whole thing is to create a nation of airports. And if you get to my airport and you're a decent person and you want to be labor, and you got to be labor, if you're not rich, I'll give you papers and you'll get a Transcendia passport and you'll be found a place to live and work. And that's my plan. It's all about, you know, giving labor the same mobility as capital has. I don't get to be a guy on a phone who can send all my money to some certain place where it's hidden away for my family and all these people who haven't come around yet, or I'm feeding off the dead bones of soldiers I had killed for my purposes. That's not, you know, that's just not ethical, okay? Anything else to say about it, I can go on. But anyway, let me explain my invention method. I explained some of it. It was at the end of my notes. This is part of what I tried to get down, and I need support from the UN. The UN has, I mean, it's amazing. The UN doesn't have a system of airports already with fleets of its own. We need a world government with a world army and deeds to your bones from the world that people love, and they love the world. We're looking for UFOs who come from other planets that don't see us loving this planet so much and are just going to wait for us to die. You know, it's a thought. So what else can I say to you today? That's what I can say to you today. That's what I thought of. The note, I'll read one more time. Okay? I'll just read the note. I got up and I wrote. My work can be found on Amazon, amazon.com/author/Transcendian. That's the name of the channel. Border airports, permitting work, migrant arrangements. Is that clear? Border airports, where you get permits to work somewhere, and if you have to be flown there, you're flown there. Migrant arrangements, okay? And research and development and education is all in conjunction to something I might name Transcendia Solutions International. I can name it that. But then we go, we can't have this pretend poor world. We can't have it. Labor has to understand its richness and its wealth that is deeded to it by its birth certificates. For much longer, all Russia promises is war, and that's the promise I've lived with my whole life, is nuclear war from Russia. I don't need this anymore. It's barbaric the way Russia is acting under Putin, and we don't have a world government good enough, a big enough dog, to throw him out of the equation, throw him out of the factors that are controlling the wealth and how it is used in this world for this particular war that's causing starvation. Going to steal food and sell it as a big nation like Russia is just stupid, and it's barbaric. And people who want to work can't be told that their work is useless and it's illegal for them to work. We'll find a place for people to work. We're going to have a world government. And I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. I'm Russell Scott Day. As I said, you can find my writings. You should buy my new book. I can't show it to you right now. I don't have it in my hand. It's in that bag right behind us. Grab my book and let me show you the book so you go buy my book. Because without the sales of my books, I cannot succeed. Alright. This is the paperback version of The Revolutionary. It was rewritten. This is it says a manuscript for beta readers. Buy it. It's cheap. Buy it. Read it in your book club. This is Poor Buzz and Stories from Warnings from My Daughter. Russell Scott Day wrote it. It'd make a great textbook for English in high school. And the red dot here is blew me away. It's a hardback I had made. That's the front cover, and this is the back. Okay? You should buy that. Otherwise, you can buy my book of poetry, and if you don't buy my books, I can't do much. I work for myself. All I am is a writer, and be happy about that.
Website.
Oh, I have a website, but it's moribund right now. I haven't been contributing to my website. Might as well find me on Facebook at Russell Scott Day. or founder of Transcendia. Or look at me on Twitter as Transcendia. Or, I don't know, where else can you find me?
Transcendia.org.
It's morbid. I haven't been contributing.
Well,
you can go back in it and find all these writings. And you can either go Transcendia.org Internet Archives, or you can go Transcendia.org till about a year and a half ago when I just stopped writing for it. I'll come back to it. I was working on the book and all like that. I was painting, and what else can I say? Thank you for watching this. If you watched it, thank you very much. I've been Russell Scott Day. Nancy Alex, my wife, filmed it. You press the red button, right? It's busy.